Part 30. It's Doomsday, there are all-female zombies around. Author, Yu Cha Xiao. Chapter 291. Wait a minute. The flower-armed female zombie shouted to everyone. Wang Ran turned his head slowly and stared at the flower-armed female zombie. The flower-armed female zombie only felt a shiver in her heart. It was a terrible feeling. This look, it feels like pulling myself into the abyss, unable to climb out. The strength of this man is terrifying. Beep quickly, we're in a hurry. Wang Ran said lightly. Ah, yes. Is such that. We don't deal with the people in Tsim Sha Sui either. If possible, I would like to go with you. Our purpose is the same anyway, right? The flower-armed female zombie's tone was a little more polite. That said, but why should I work with you? Wang Ran asked indifferently. I know the exact location of the zombie boss in Tsim Sha Sui. Without me, you would probably have spent a lot of time. Moreover, since it is cooperation, it must be mutually beneficial. If I take down the entire HK, we will be partners in the future. HK is a big port anyway, and there are still a lot of food and supplies that you humans use here. Geographically, it is also very convenient to use here as a transit station for major ports. How about it, are you interested in thinking about it? The flower-armed female zombie asked with a smile. Wang Ran thought about it, and what the female zombie said was really good. For their own base in N City, the types of materials produced by themselves are too single. Still need to search all over the world. The port of HK is very suitable as a transit supply point for the Southeast Asian route. If you have a good relationship with the zombies here, it's really good. I have no opinion. However, there must be some sign of cooperation, right? Wang Ran asked with a smile. It's easy. Men and women, what can be more sincere than a hare? As long as you come, this matter is settled. The flower-armed female zombie straightened her chest and glanced at Wang Ran and the others. Wang Ran's face twitched. Come on. If you are an 18-year-old young female zombie, you can still consider it yourself. You are in your 40s. It's not within my range. Young people, for the sake of the bigger picture, there is nothing that cannot be sacrificed. I think it is necessary to cooperate with the zombies. Tang Yan patted Wang Ran on the shoulder and said meaningfully. Let you soak my daughter, this time it's deflated. Feel the care of the old aunt. Ha ha. Yes, yes, let's talk about it. If you want to choose me, I will also agree. Yes, it's me too. One-eyed and other younger brothers also echoed by the side. Although this middle-aged female zombie is a little older, she is well kept and looks like she is in her 30s. Not completely uneatable. Uncle, just sacrifice yourself. Tang Tang also held back a smile and coaxed aside. She didn't mind what happened to Wang Ran and the female zombies. After all, there were many women on East Lake Island. But this matter can make fun of Wang Ran for a while. At this time, the flower-armed female zombie came over. Since you have no opinion, let's do it quickly. You look like my first love, and you seem to have a bit of status in this group of people, just you. The flower-armed female zombie walked to Tang Yan and hooked her fingers. Tang Yan was shocked, as if struck by lightning. I. Tang Yan's mind was a little confused. Instead of choosing the young and strong, choose yourself as a middle-aged person? This is a bit too much. Haha. Come on, boss. Boss, hold on, you can't lose face for human beings. Don't last 10 minutes, boss, you can do it. Tang Yan's younger brothers couldn't help but laugh. Dad, come on. You can. Tang Tang also said gloatingly. Wang Ran laughed without saying a word. Just now Tang Yan was serious about persuading himself to focus on the overall situation, and it was nothing to sacrifice. These words can be applied to Tang Yan himself. Tang Yan grimaced and followed the flower-armed female zombie towards a dilapidated old building next to her. There are all kinds of light signs at the entrance of the stairs. At first glance, it is the red light district. There must be many rooms above. Tang Tang, this thing. Don't tell your mother. Tang Yan sighed and followed the female zombie upstairs. Ha ha ha, this time the boss is going to bleed. It's not certain who bleeds, the boss is a 5th level awakener. It seems that HK will become a sub-base of our organization in the future. The boss is mighty and won HK with one shot. As soon as Tang Yan left, the younger brothers couldn't bear it any longer, and the one-eyed laughs all knelt on the ground and hammered the floor. Tang Tang, don't you mind if your dad is like this? Wang Ran asked in a low voice. Oh, what's the environment? What is this? Besides, uncle, do you have the guts to say this yourself? Tang Tang gave Wang Ran a blank look. Wang Ran was at a loss for words. I can't count my own woman with both hands. It's true. It seems that you have to control the number, otherwise the name will not be remembered. The girls in the flight attendant class can only call out 3 names so far. In the time of a cigarette, the flower-armed female zombie walked out of the old building with her pants on. Followed by Tang Yan with a depressed face. It seems that the flower-armed female zombie has the upper hand in this competition. From today onwards, everyone is a good friend. Let's go, I'll take you to Tsim Sha Sui to kill that guy Duan Shen. The flower-armed female zombie took out her 2 knives and led the way in front of her very smartly. Thousands of zombie brothers and Wang Ran followed behind. Boss, how do you feel? Red-eyed female zombie, haven't you tried it? Boss, share with us. One-eyed and the others approached Tang Yan and asked. Go. 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 I want to know how to find a female zombie to try. Tang Yan angrily pushed the one-eyed and others away. However, there was also a hint of imperceptible satisfaction in his eyes. 10 minutes later, the group came to Tsim Sha Sui, Duan Shen's side. On the opposite side, a red-eyed zombie, surrounded by a group of younger brothers, came down to the flower-armed female zombie. Sister Hua, you can't stay in your causeway bay, what are you doing in our Tsim Sha Sui? Could it be that you want to come to us to do something? The red-eyed zombie was covered with chains, looking at the flower-armed female zombie with an unhappy expression. Where's Duan Shen? Let him get out of here. Even if comes today, we can't keep him. The flower-armed female zombie directly flashed her 2 knives. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 292. Sister Hua, are you serious? The red-eyed zombie opposite suddenly became cautious. The 2 forces fought each other a lot, but every time they reached the point, everyone didn't think about it. But this time, Sister Hua seems to be bringing a lot of people. Don't talk nonsense with me, call Duan Shen out. Today, the boss of HK has to settle down. Me and him, we must die. Sister Hua touched her knives and made a crisp metallic sound. Grass. Go and call the boss. The red-eyed zombie immediately ordered. This time things seem to be a little more serious. Sister Hua, have you mixed with humans? These are the rations that Brother Shen likes. You did this, but you lowered your identity as a zombie. The red-eyed zombie glanced at Wang Ran and the others. I don't need you to take care of my work. You'd better touch your neck first. After a while, there will be nothing on it. Sister Hua smiled disdainfully. Originally, their side could be said to be similar to Duan Shen's power. But with the help of Wang Ran and others, I believe that the balance will be broken and Duan Shen won in one fell swoop. Miss Hua, why don't you chop beef there and come to my place? A sharp voice came from not far away. Duan Shen, you can be considered to have escaped from your den. Today, my double knives will be able to open the meat well. Sister Hua shouted towards the front. The group of corpses in front divided a path like Moses divided the sea, and a white-haired man with sunglasses walked out in a flowing manner. Sister Hua, do you want to trouble me? Are you being hasty? Duan Shen stroked his white hair. You advanced. Miss Hua was surprised. Originally, she thought that Duan Shen was only the strength of a high-level red pupil, plus the 2 red pupils under his hand. There were only 3 powerful characters. Adding these a few brutal humans, it should be almost certain. But now, if Duan Shen is the corpse emperor, it's hard to say. Don't think you can pretend to be a corpse emperor if you dye your head. The old lady doesn't believe this. Sister Hua's confidence is a little weaker, and everyone around can see it. Dyeing your hair. Ha ha. Duan Shen took off his sunglasses, revealing black pupils. At the same time, a powerful aura erupted from him. Some zombies with red eyes and below instantly knelt down. This is the momentum of the zombie emperor. Corpse emperor level, no doubt. Grass. Blue veins burst out on Sister Hua's forehead. Really corpse emperor, this time is sloppy. Sister Hua, seeing that everyone is a local zombie, you brought me these humans. You kneel down for me, and I can spare your life when you are my slave girl. Duan Shen smiled maliciously. I bother. These humans are my companions. This man, the old lady has already slept, so I can't give it to you to eat. Isn't it the corpse emperor? Whoever has beaten it will know it. Sister Hua clenched the handle of the knife to increase her self-confidence. So, are you planning to stand with these humans? Duan Shen smiled disdainfully. What are you talking about? Come with the ability. Sister Hua knocked with her knives and was ready to fight. The zombies behind Sister Hua were just 2 red-eyed zombies, and the other little brothers all shrank. I don't blame them. Under the coercion of the corpse emperor, they didn't have the courage to resist. Okay, since you want to die, then I will fulfill you. From today, the entire HK will be my Duan Shen's territory. Ha ha ha. Duan Shen took a step forward with a good yearning for the future life. To him, the red-eyed Sister Hua was nothing but scum, and could be killed without much effort. After that, the entire HK zombies will be controlled by him alone. These human awakeners will also be excellent food. Boss, what should I do? This guy looks so dangling. One-eyed asked nervously. In this situation, we are very passive. If there is a fight later, you help to protect Tang Tang and escape back to the boat. I'll stay and procrastinate for a while. Tang Yan ordered. Boss, we're not leaving, we're going to fight with you. The younger brothers expressed their refusal. Grass, Lao Tzu's daughter is more important than Lao Tzu's life. Don't beep, listen to me. Tang Yan reprimanded severely. As a father, the most important thing in my heart is the safety of my daughter. Even if I sacrifice my own life, I have to fight for a chance for my daughter. All right. One-eyed gritted his teeth. The eldest daughter, she will definitely give her life to send it out. At this moment, Tang Tang took a step forward. Uncle, this little white hair, I'll try it first. Tang Tang said and walked towards Duan Shen. You, Tang Tang. Tang Yan felt his blood pressure soar instantly. I was still thinking about how to my daughter out, but she rushed out and died by herself. Is it really too much gameplay? Are you immersed in it? There is no resurrection point in real life, and there is no such thing as reading archives. Be careful, you'll be back if you can't beat it. Wang Ran said lightly, not feeling nervous at all. This white hair, it seems that he has just been promoted, and his strength will not be much stronger than Tang Tang. Tang Tang has grown up in the constant battle with himself, which is completely different from those outside. Besides, Tang Tang usually has a lot of experience in fighting with Xiao. Even if the opponent's strength is slightly higher than Tang Tang, it can still be played. My daughter's opponent is the Corpse Emperor. Do you know the Corpse Emperor? A terrifying existence with strength above red-eyed zombies. You don't persuade her well, and let her be careful. Tang Yan was a little speechless about his daughter's boyfriend. However, he didn't have much time to tangle. Tang Tang had already come to Duan Shen, and the battle was about to break out. Tang Yan's nervous palms kept sweating. Sister Hua stretched out a hand and grabbed Tang Yan. Don't be nervous, dear. It's a big deal, we'll go up and fight them. It's still possible to risk your life to save an individual. Sister Hua squeezed Tang Yan's hand. Tang Yan felt a lot more at ease. Is this the power of love? Humanity. Tisk tisk tisk. She looks very beautiful, but it's a pity that her brain is not good. What level? I'm afraid, you haven't heard of it, have you? I'll give you a chance to kneel down and lick my feet, but I can stop eating you and make you my slave girl. Duan Shen stuck out his tongue and licked his lips. Tang Tang rolled his eyes, and the axe was carried on his shoulders. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 293. Since you want to die, then don't blame me. Duan Shen stretched out his claws and stabbed Tang Tang's chest directly. This speed, ordinary people can't react at all. Tisk tisk tisk, much slower than Sister Xiao. Tang Tang turned sideways, holding an axe in both hands, which was a horizontal cut. Duan Shen was shocked and immediately blocked it with his hands. With a muffled sound, Duan Shen was knocked out several meters by the axe. Grass, twice. Duan Shen looked at his arm, and there were blood marks on it. The opponent's strength is not weak. Duan Shen frowned and began to get serious. He took out all his strength and rushed to Tang Tang again. Although Tang Tang's strength is not as good as Duan Shen, she fought with Duan Shen with her excellent combat experience, and it was a draw for a while. My daughter is so amazing. Tang Yan, who was watching the battle, was stunned. This strength is obviously much stronger than himself. What has my daughter experienced these days? Her strength has risen too fast. Boss, we read that right. Is this your own daughter? It's a bit too strong. The subordinates murmured. This. It should be my own. Tang Yan was stunned for a while, it was his own life. But this is too great. Now Tang Yan is a little convinced that what Wu Jiangguo is a daughter and a younger brother. After Tang Tang and Duan Shen fought for a while, he forced him back with an axe and jumped back to Wang Ran himself. Uncle, I can't beat it, I'll leave it to you. Tang Tang wiped the sweat on his forehead. The gap in strength became more and more obvious with the deepening of the battle. Tang Tang knew very well that he could not kill this Duan Shen, so it would not be a waste of time. Substitution midway? Who do you look down on? Duan Shen said with a gloomy expression. Just now he finally started to find the rhythm, and he was about to gain the upper hand, but Tang Tang ran away like this. Don't beep, just die. Wang Ran walked towards Duan Shen with a calm expression as he spoke. Let me die. Are you taking too much medicine? Duan Shen pointed at Wang Ran. Wang Ran wasn't used to him either, so he grabbed his hand and folded it. A crisp sound. It's the sound of broken bones. What? My hand. My hand. Duan Shen's whole body fell to his knees. It's impossible. Duan Shen muttered in horror. He is a corpse emperor level strength. How could someone easily break his own hand? This unscientific. Looking at Wang Ran, Duan Shen's fear grew stronger and stronger. Beg for mercy quickly. Duan Shen was about to open his mouth when Wang Ran slapped him down. Duan Shen's head, like a ball, was directly slapped and rolled out of the ground. The whole place was silent for a moment. Corpse Emperor, just slap it away. The zombies were all furious, and even the red-eyed zombie couldn't help kneeling down. This human being is really scary. Boss, your son-in-law can do it. This strength, with his help, winning Europe is just around the corner. The one-eyed boy was amazed. Zombies with red pupils, they work together to kill, the Corpse Emperor, I really can't even think about it. This Wang Ran can actually slap a Corpse Emperor to death, this strength. How high is it? Sloppy. Sister Hua also whispered softly. She thought that the most powerful person in this group was Tang Yan, so she took Tang Yan to have an in-depth exchange. Who knows, the most powerful is this young man. Forget it, go to sleep, that's all. At least get closer to these humans. Little flower arm, hurry up and collect the zombies here. Then help me sort out the supplies, and I'll bring some back first. Wang Ran turned to look at Sister Hua's instructions. Ah. Good. When Sister Hua shuddered, she subconsciously agreed. This human being is too scary to offend. Under the deterrence of Wang Ran, Sister Hua quickly collected all the zombies present, and only a few simple operations were left to win the entire HK. Wang Ran and others found a tea restaurant and sat down. There are still some enslaved humans here, so Wang Ran and others ate authentic HK snacks. That, Wang Ran. Why are you so strong? Is there any special method? Tang Yan couldn't help but ask. Dad, don't try to find out our secrets. Tang Tang stuffed Tang Yan's mouth with a fishball. The way to become stronger, that's what girls can try. If my father is with Wang Ran, I can't imagine this picture. Okay, I won't ask. Tang Yan smiled embarrassedly. Everyone has secrets, it's normal. As long as his daughter is safe, he doesn't care much about the reason. Now that his daughter and her daughter's boyfriend are so strong, Tang Yan is still very pleased. Dad, where have you been these days? It's been more than a month since the end of the world came to you before you came to me. Am I your own? Tang Tang pouted and asked unhappily. It's complicated to say. At that time, weren't your mother and I traveling around? When we got to the corrupt country, the virus broke out. It just so happens that I have set up mercenary organizations in several European countries before, so I quickly integrated these organizations. After a month or so of fighting, the situation on our side has finally stabilized. I only have time to come out to find you now. Tang Yan explained. The mercenary organization. Dad, you are playing wildly, even the mercenaries are playing. Tang Tang was a little shocked. Oh, I have a little money in my pocket, isn't it normal to have some hobbies? Only abroad can I let go of playing all kinds of weapons. Tang Yan smiled. Wang Ran didn't know what to say. The hobby of the rich is really. Dad, then your organization must be quite large now, right? Tang Tang continued to ask. Of course, your father's strength is nothing to say. Now my mercenary organization has more than 10,000 people, of which the awakened account for 30%. The royal family of the corrupt country has hired us to protect them. I guess it won't be long before I can win the whole of Europe. Didn't you like the bags of those luxury brands before? I took all their factories. Tell Dad which one you like, and I'll send you hundreds of them. Tang Yan said with a smile. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 294. What do I want those for? If there is such an axe, you can get me some. Tang Tang patted his blood roar. In the battle with Duan Shen just now, Gorhal had already made several holes. No problem, there are a lot of people in the country who play retro cold weapons. It's not hard to find this thing, Tang Yan said with a smile. These cold weapons are also used by many people in their mercenary group, and they are very easy to kill zombies. After chatting for a while, Sister Hua walked into the tea restaurant. The zombies in the entire HK are almost rectified. I have also sorted out the materials that you humans can use in the warehouse near the dock. It's a little late today, do you want to stay for one night before leaving? Sister Hua asked very politely, and at the same time glanced at Tang Yan. The previous exchange was too short, and she still wanted to go further. Okay, let's stay for one night. Just in time to refuel the ship, move supplies, or something. Wang Ran nodded. Sister Hua smiled, this one all spoke up, it must be no problem. I've prepared a room at the Four Seasons Hotel. Come and rest with me. By the way, I also arranged some surprises for you. Sister Hua clapped her hands, and dozens of gorgeous female zombies walked into the store. You can choose whatever you want, they'll be fine. Sister Hua said with a smile. Everyone was stunned. Boss, is this appropriate? One-eyed wiped the saliva from the corner of his mouth. What is inappropriate or inappropriate? Now everyone is in a cooperative relationship, and of course in-depth exchanges are required. Choose one of you. Save some for the brothers on board. Today we must communicate in depth. Tang Yan patted the table and said. This time, if he was the only one who was pushed by the female zombie, then the boss would be too embarrassed. All are pulled into the water, not one can be spared. Since you said so, boss, we reluctantly accept it. One by one, the younger brothers gleamed in their eyes. This little brother, do you need it? Sister Hua looked at Wang Ran. Such a strong person should have greater needs than ordinary people. Me? I don't need it. Wang Ran glanced at Tang Tang. A Tang Tang is almost the same. Besides, Tang Tang's father is still there, looking for other women in front of other people's father, zombies, it is always a bit unreasonable. Uncle, how many are you coming? After all, you are going on a trip, so you should keep some souvenirs. Tang Tang encouraged him on the side. Wang Ran was stunned. Tang Yan was also stunned. My own daughter, who is obviously just a middle school student, how could she say such unrestrained words? Also, it seems to be quite normal. What happened to her during this time? This. Wang Ran was a little embarrassed. After all, on the island, they are all their own people. Looking for female zombies here, there is always a feeling of a big sword. Okay, that's it. My sister will pick the best one for you. Sister Hua covered her mouth and smiled. Wang Ran looked at Tang Yan and found that he was not unhappy. That's right, he himself, what qualifications does he have to take care of his daughter's boyfriend? The group arrived at the hotel under the leadership of Sister Hua. Of course, the best suite was given to Wang Ran and Tang Tang. After closing the door, Tang Tang threw himself on the bed. Uncle, what kind of girl do you think will be delivered later? I'm looking forward to it. Tang Tang's big eyes turned thiefly, and he didn't know what was going on. I said you don't study the gameplay anymore. The girls on the island have long complained. Wang Ran patted Tang Tang's head. Oh, I am adding fun to a boring life. Look at those sisters, they're complaining, but whose body is dishonest? Tang Tang raised his head proudly. The more shy girls on the island, the more open they are to play. For example, Momo and Jo Mang, they often find Tang Tang in private to discuss how to play. At this moment, there was a knock on the door. Wang Ran sighed and stepped forward to open the door. Little brother, I brought it to you. This is a baby, you have to be gentle. Sister Hua pushed a girl in front of Wang Ran. The girl was wearing a black dress with her head down, so she couldn't see her expression. Judging from her skin and body shape, She should be a girl of good quality. However, she doesn't look like a zombie. Humanity. Wang Ran was stunned. Didn't you mean to send a female zombie? Oh, because I don't know whether you like humans or zombies, brother, so I brought a human directly. Brother, if you like zombies to be so playful, then I'll give you a bite now. Sister Hua asked with a smile. Hearing what Sister Hua said, the girl in the black dress trembled instantly. Obviously, she didn't want to become a zombie. No need, that's it. Go and do your thing. Wang Ran did not embarrass the girl in the black dress. It was already miserable to be delivered to the door like a cargo, and there was no need to turn her into a zombie. Little brother, enjoy it slowly. Sister Hua pushed the girl in the black dress into the door and walked to another room at the end of the corridor with a smile. Tang Yan was waiting for her to enjoy it. Wang Ran closed the door, thinking about what to do with the girl. Although in this world, it is true that women are slaughtered like goods, but Wang Ran and those girls were all you and I wished. Forcing such a thing, he has not tried it yet. Wow, this little sister looks so good. Tang Tang ran over and touched the girl in the black dress. Wang Ran took a closer look, and it was true. This girl's skin is fair and tender, with a reddish white inside, and at first glance, she is the kind of beauty embryo with natural beauty. Tang Tang couldn't wait to reach out and squeeze the girl's chin, and slowly raised her head. I'm going, it's really beautiful. Uncle, you earned it? Tang Tang coaxed aside. Wang Ran rolled his eyes. Tang Tang, he is always so immoral. Wang Ran didn't say what he had to do to people today. Chatting is also great. Just when Wang Ran was about to ask about the girl's situation, she suddenly moved. An electric shock was stabbed directly at Wang Ran's body. When the electric shocker was still a dozen centimeters away from Wang Ran, it suddenly stopped. Tang Tang easily pinched the wrist of the black dress girl. Uncle Dion, only I can do it. Little sister, you don't have to come up to this level. Tang Tang said with a smile. The delicate face of the girl in the black dress was full of horror. The attack failed. So what will happen to her? Additional, I heard that everyone has a monthly pass, please get some. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 295. The girl in the black dress couldn't pull her hand back. In desperation, she could only use the other hand to break Tang Tang's fingers. Tang Tang calmly grabbed the electric shocker in the hand of the black skirt girl and poked her on her body. The girl in the black dress shivered and lost consciousness. Hey, Tang Tang, this is unnecessary. This guy is so weak, there is no threat. Wang Ran sighed. Uncle, do you struggle if you like to play? I can cooperate too. Tang Tang threw a wink at Wang Ran. Wang Ran didn't know what to say, so he took out a can of Coke from the small refrigerator. Unfortunately, it's not ice. Tang Tang carried the limp black skirt girl onto the bed. In order to prevent her from messing around, Tang Tang found a rope to tie her tightly. It's just this bundle. It's a bit similar to the resources in Wang Ran's hard drive. Cough cough cough. It's been a while. After all, she's a weak little girl. Is it necessary to tie it up like this? Looking at Tang Tang's masterpiece, Wang Ran couldn't help but move slightly. The girl in the black dress is already beautiful and her skin is very good. Such a bundle has a unique flavor. But Wang Ran was not reduced to using force against others. Now Wang Ran, relying on his own strength, can attract thousands of women to voluntarily devote themselves. He would bet that when he stood in An City and shouted, at least tens of thousands of women would rush towards him frantically. There is no need to take advantage of the danger. Uncle, are you okay? The corners of Tang Tang's mouth were slightly raised, looking at Wang Ran with a provocative look. Can I do it? You don't know. Wang Ran stepped forward and picked up Tang Tang and took her to the bathroom. The bathtub is already filled with water. An hour later, Ding Xiaoyan, who was lying on the bed, opened her eyes. She was startled at first, then calmed down immediately. The current situation. He seemed to be tied up, and he was very ashamed of being tied up. Fortunately, his clothes were still there, and his body showed no signs of being violated. He was clearly tied and passed out, yet that man didn't attack him? Is he not? Seems not. Ding Xiaoyan could clearly hear the movement in the bathroom. It is estimated that it is because he is in a coma that he cannot arouse the interest of the other party. You have to run away quickly. Although Ding Xiaoyan was bound, her legs could still move. She tried to roll to the side and came to the edge of the bed. Immediately afterwards, she carefully stretched her legs to the ground and propped her body up with her head. Call. After some hard work, Ding Xiaoyan finally stood up. The door of the room is only a few meters away from the bedroom, the only problem is to pass the bathroom. Ding Xiaoyan gently touched the direction of the door. When passing by the door of the bathroom, Ding Xiaoyan couldn't help but glance at it from the corner of her eye. Ding Xiaoyan almost spit out the fragrance. The picture in the bathroom is simply. What a weird pose. Can humans do it? Ding Xiaoyan took a step, crossed the bathroom door, and rushed towards the door. Victory is at hand. Just when Ding Xiaoyan was about to come to the door, her body suddenly froze. The rope on her body was pulled from behind. Ding Xiaoyan knew that something was wrong, and turned around with a frown. What? A scream. Ding Xiaoyan was so frightened by the scene in front of her that she quickly closed her eyes. This man came out without clothes on. This is too scary. Ding Xiaoyan's face was hot, and she didn't dare to open her eyes. Tang Tang, bring me a bathrobe. Wang Ran turned his head and ordered. Tang Tang was dripping with water, and handed Wang Ran a bathrobe. After dressing, Wang Ran pulled Ding Xiaoyan to the living room by the rope. Ding Xiaoyan half opened one eye and found that Wang Ran had clothes on the boat, so he was relieved. Sit. Wang Ran said lightly. Don't do it. Don't die. Although Ding Xiaoyan was bound and had no resistance, she still stubbornly rejected Wang Ran. However, the scene in the bathroom just now made her blush again. Is there something wrong with your brain? I'll let you sit down. Wang Ran sighed. Ah, that's it? Ding Xiaoyan breathed a sigh of relief and sat down on the sofa obediently. You, don't mess around. I could bite my tongue and kill myself. Ding Xiaoyan added stubbornly. Don't worry, I have no interest in you. As long as you answer me obediently, I can consider letting you go. Wang Ran said after drinking a coke. Ding Xiaoyan looked at the coke in Wang Ran's hand and swallowed subconsciously. She hasn't had a coke for a month. Not to mention coke, even things with a little sugar are not easy to find. Wang Ran smiled, went to the refrigerator and took a bottle and put it in front of Ding Xiaoyan. Thanks. Can you untie me first? Ding Xiaoyan asked weakly. So tied up, she can't drink. Wang Ran stepped forward and pulled gently, and the rope on Ding Xiaoyan's body was torn off. Ding Xiaoyan first subconsciously protected her chest, and after realizing that Wang Ran had no intention of touching her, she slowly put down her hand and reached out to coke. Grumble, hiccup. So cool. Ding Xiaoyan's eyes lit up. Finally got coke again. It's like being alive. It's cool, you can answer my question. What is your name? Wang Ran asked. My name is, Ding Xiaoyan. Ding Xiaoyan hesitated for a while, but said it anyway. Originally, she wanted to say her stage name, but she was afraid that if the other party knew that she was a big star, she might play her own mind. Let's just say my name. Your surname is Ding. Tang Tang wrapped around a bath towel and ran over. She leaned in front of Ding Xiaoyan and took a closer look. Ah! You are the popular actress Ding Yan. I said, why are you so familiar? I've even seen your play. Tang Tang said excitedly. I didn't expect to meet a big star here. But the treatment of this star is really miserable, and it was given to Wang Ran as a gift by the zombies. Uncle, this is the goddess in the hearts of millions of men. Don't waste it, I'll deal with her later. Tang Tang encouraged him on the side. When Ding Xiaoyan heard this, she shivered in fright. The thing that worries me the most is still there. After the Doomsday came, I had to rely on the supplies in the mansion to maintain it for a while. Later, when the food was finished, she had to go out the door. She was lucky enough to join a survivor camp, and everyone was polite to her at first because of her popularity. But within a few days, the men in the camp revealed their true colors. They all wanted to push Ding Xiaoyan, a popular actress. Ding Xiaoyan ran out while they were not paying attention. As a result, I met Sister Hua halfway and was arrested. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 296. Oh, it's a pity that I haven't seen her film, it's a little less interesting. Forget it. Wang Ran shook his head. If he had watched the movies and TV series played by Ding Xiaoyan, he would be really interested. This is much more interesting than Kozer. Uncle, you can shoot now. Small movies are also movies. Tang Tang said and took out his mobile phone from his backpack. Although the communication function is gone, the shooting function is still there. Ding Xiaoyan was shocked. Make a little movie. Of course she knows what a small movie is. This is more than pushing her. Don't mess around, I'll really bite my tongue. As Ding Xiaoyan spoke, she stuck out a small section of her tongue. From Wang Ran's point of view, she is more like being cute. Okay, I won't tease you anymore. Don't be nervous, I won't do anything to you. By the way, do you know how many humans there are in HK? Wang Ran asked. Seeing Wang Ran say this, Ding Xiaoyan breathed a sigh of relief. There are actually quite a lot of human words. There are 3 or 4 survivor camps I know of, and there must be several thousand people in total. In addition to some scattered people who survive alone, there must be tens of thousands of people. Ding Xiaoyan replied. There are quite a lot of people here. Wang Ran muttered. The zombies here often fight for territory, which gives us human space to survive. Ding Xiaoyan explained. Wang Ran nodded. However, the battle between the zombies has ended, and Sister Hua has unified HK's zombies. Next, the human survivors will face a terrible situation. Of course, Wang Ran could not control the life and death of these people. That. Will you do me a favor? Seeing that Wang Ran was not like a bad person, Ding Xiaoyan asked weakly. Wang Ran frowned. I don't want to sleep with you, but you asked me to come? Tell me what it is first. Wang Ran said lightly. Ah, it's like this. The survivor camp that my little assistant and I went to. I ran out, but she was still inside. You are so powerful, can you help me? Can you help me save the little assistant? I can repay you. Ding Xiaoyan begged. Repay? What do you give in return? Make a small movie. Wang Ran smiled. With restraint like this, talk about repayment. Or, let me sign your name. Ding Xiaoyan asked tentatively. In the past, her autograph could be sold for 4 figures. Fans are rushing to get it. Why do I want this thing? Or, well, My radio station in N City just lacks an anchor. You are popular, why don't you go and work for me? 996, with food and housing. Just sing and sing on the radio every day, send me some messages and go out. Wang Ran thought about it. Now N City has gradually become the largest survivor city in the surrounding area under his leadership. Some simple trade is also underway. If there is Ding Xiaoyan, a popular actress, to broadcast, it should make other people feel more trustworthy. Ah, this. Ding Xiaoyan was stunned. 996. When the anchor. Although it's a bit hard, but it's covered with food. If you stay here, you can't even guarantee your own safety, so you might as well follow Wang Ran. By the way, he can also rescue his little assistant. All right. I promise you. Ding Xiaoyan nodded after some psychological construction. Anyway, the worst case, she had gone through it in her mind before. If it's really like what Wang Ran said, if it's safe to eat, pack, you can really go and see. Uncle, are we going to raid the human camp at night? What an exciting feeling. Tang Tang is interested. For this kind of thing, Tang Tang always has a strong interest. You quickly change your clothes. Don't talk about me when you're wrapped in a bath towel, your father won't let you go out like this. Wang Ran poked Tang Tang. Flexible. Tang Tang didn't see anything, he took off the bath towel and put on clothes in front of Ding Xiaoyan and Wang Ran. Ding Xiaoyan glanced at it, and her face suddenly turned red. This girl seems to be about the same age as herself, so it's really enough. Soon, Tang Tang changed his clothes. Wang Ran opened the door and walked out with Tang Tang and Ding Xiaoyan. As soon as I got to the corridor, I could hear the voice of Sister Hua in the opposite room. It looks intense. Tang Tang took out his mobile phone, and lightly came to the door of Sister Hua's room and recorded a sound for a while. I'm going, are you planning to cheat? Wang Ran couldn't help but laugh. This is my trump card. If my father doesn't listen to me in the future, I'll show it to my mother. The corners of Tang Tang's mouth were slightly raised, and there was a hint of evil in her cuteness. Wang Ran observed a moment of silence for Tang Yan. Immediately afterwards, the three went downstairs and walked out of the hotel. The zombies at the entrance of the hotel all recognized Wang Ran, and they saluted respectfully when they saw him. Where are you going, big brother? Shall I drive you? The waist of a golden-eyed zombie is almost folded to 90 degrees. That human camp, is it near? Wang Ran looked at Ding Xiaoyan and asked. The camp is near Hung Ham. It will be faster if you drive there. Ding Xiaoyan nodded. Jin Tong Zombie immediately snapped his fingers at the younger brother beside him. The younger brother immediately drove an extended Lincoln to the door of the hotel. The service is really in place. Wang Ran took Tang Tang and Ding Xiaoyan into the car. Jin Tong Zombie drove by himself and drove towards Hung Ham. Inside the Hung Ham Sports Center, hundreds of tents are densely spread in the middle of the venue. One of the largest tents is dozens of square meters and is located in the center of the stadium. Brother Hua, what do people want? A chubby short-haired girl acts like a spoiled brat on a middle-aged man with a dragon-shaped tattoo. Roll. It's time for the sage, Lao Tzu. Wu Dawah kicked the short-haired girl aside. He had tasted all the women in the camp, it was boring, so boring. It's a pity that the little star actually escaped. If you can get up to her, it will be a cool one. It's all your fault, you didn't pay attention to people. I can only hurt you rubbish. Wu Dawah was angry, and slapped the short-haired girl again. The short-haired girl covered her face, not daring to show any anger. Brother Hua, what's so good about that little Ding Xiaoyan? She doesn't know anything, she's very jerky, like me, she can play anywhere. The short-haired girl buried her head. Brother Hua lit a cigarette, felt a little bit, and held down the short-haired girl's head. "Aren't you her agent? Where do you think she can escape?" Brother Hua asked while enjoying. "It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around." Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 297. She has thin arms and thin legs. I guess she was bitten by a zombie as soon as she ran out. Maybe she's turned into a female zombie now, you. The short-haired girl almost choked. Female zombie. Beautiful female zombies are not bad, I haven't tried it yet. As soon as Wu Dawei thought of that picture, his state became brave again. At this time, a younger brother suddenly rushed into the tent. Boss, outside." As soon as the younger brother looked up, he saw a scene that should not be seen. "Sorry boss, I didn't see anything." The younger brother immediately lowered his head. The length of the boss is actually only so, point. Puff haha. Wu Dawei's eyes turned cold, and he took the dagger next to him and shot at the younger brother. The dagger plunged directly into the younger brother's head. "Laugh at me. Court death," Wu Dawei said coldly. The short-haired girl was frightened by the corpse in front of her, so she didn't dare to be lazy and worked even harder. It didn't take long for Wu Dawei to tremble, then stood up and put on his pants. The younger brother ran in a hurry, there must be something wrong. As the boss of the camp, Wu Dawei is still a little cautious. "What's going on outside?" Wu Dawei, who walked out of the tent, grabbed a guard next to him and asked. "Boss, that big star is back. It's outside the camp." The guard replied. "She's back," Wu Dawei's eyes lit up. "Ha ha ha, I just said, the situation outside is so bad, how could she be a woman? When I come back this time, I must kneel and lick me." Wu Dawei smiled proudly. He was fed up with these vulgar fans in the camp, and now only such goddess-level girls can satisfy him. Wu Dawei couldn't wait to walk to the gate of the camp. The short-haired girl also got dressed and followed closely. On the surface, she obeyed Brother Hua, but she didn't want Ding Xiaoyan to really return to the camp. Before, as Ding Xiaoyan's assistant, she survived only by relying on supplies from Ding Xiaoyan's family. After the food was finished, the two could only go outside to find food. Fortunately, I came across this camp and took in them both. However, as a big star, Ding Xiaoyan is also beautiful, and she is naturally treated much better than her, which makes her feel jealous. After knowing that Brother Hua, the boss of the camp, had a crush on Ding Xiaoyan, she pretended to be kind and told Ding Xiaoyan. It's not that she really wants to help Ding Xiaoyan, but that Ding Xiaoyan is too beautiful. If she is in the position, she will have nothing to do with women like them. After Ding Xiaoyan left, with her skillful skills, she finally hooked up with Brother Hua. Who knows, Ding Xiaoyan, this little bitch, is actually back. Her position is a little dangerous. At the entrance of the camp, Wu Dawei came out with a look of anticipation. Ahead was a stretched Lincoln, with a man and two women leaning against it. As soon as Wu Dawei saw the two women, his eyes lit up, and the sage time ended cooling down in an instant. These two women, one is the female star he misses, the other. Tong Yanju are, people can't suppress evil thoughts at first glance. This is, buy one get one free. Very nice. As for this man, Wu Dawei naturally ignored it. Sister Ling. Great, you're still alive. When Ding Xiaoyan saw the short-haired girl behind Wu Dawei, her eyes lit up. She is Ding Xiaoyan's assistant Lin Ling. Xiaoyan. Where have you been these days? I miss you so much. Lin Ling pretended to be excited. Although she was jealous of Ding Xiaoyan, she still had to do enough. I was caught by zombies. But I'm fine now. I'm here to find you. Come with me, Sister Ling. Ding Xiaoyan stepped forward and grabbed Lin Ling's hand. Lin Ling was stunned. Go. What a joke. I have food and drink here, and my status is not high, but it's okay. Where to go? Going outside and taking risks to survive? She won't do it. Xiao Yan, I'm fine here. Go, go by yourself. Lin Ling was overjoyed. It seemed that Ding Xiao Yan did not intend to stay in the camp. This is a great thing. Go. Who let you go? Wu Dawat on the side spoke. How could there be any reason for these two beauties to be sent to the door? Star Ding, you ate and drank for free with me for several days before. Just leave like this, do you think it's appropriate? Wu Dawa stared at Ding Xiao Yan with greed in his eyes. Ah, sorry. Ding Xiao Yan immediately apologized. I did eat and drink for free for several days. Then he sneaked away. After being said this, Ding Xiao Yan was full of apologies, almost forgot that she was the one who gave her an idea before slipping away. How about I find some food to pay you back? Ding Xiao Yan asked weakly. Food? What am I? If you really want to pay it back. Wu Dawa touched his chin and looked up and down Ding Xiao Yan. Tisk tisk tisk, it's the best, this skin, the long legs. I heard he was still a baby. Just looking at it for a while, Wu Dawa became a little restless. Xiao Ding, if your assistant doesn't want to leave, forget it. This other party is too stinky, I can't stay any longer, hurry up and leave. Wang Ran shouted from behind. Go. Who are you? When Lao Tzu is talking, why do you dare to interrupt? Wu Dawa felt that Wang Ran had put him down, and his anger suddenly came up. It seemed that he was going to stand tall in front of the beauty. This kid who appeared out of nowhere was Li Wei's target. Wu Dawa was gearing up for Wang Ran. At this time, Lin Ling began to make a small calculation in her heart. If Brother Hua kills the man later, then Ding Xiao Yan will definitely be included in the account. Your position will be damaged. It's better to secretly attack Ding Xiao Yan while Brother Hua is fighting over there. As long as she cuts her face, he can shirk and say that Ding Xiao Yan wanted to escape and accidentally hurt her when he stopped her. Lin Ling smiled and was very satisfied with her plan. She reached into her pocket, and there was a pair of sharp ear studs, which happened to be the murder weapon. Now Ding Xiao Yan's eyes are on the young man, which is a good opportunity to start. Lin Ling quickly took out the earrings and swiped it towards Ding Xiao Yan's face. Stab. A hole several centimeters long appeared on Ding Xiao Yan's face, and blood suddenly overflowed. What? Sister Ling, what are you doing? Ding Xiao Yan's painful tears burst out, and she looked at Lin Ling in horror. Add more. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 298. Little bitch, want to run? I will teach you a lesson for Brother Hua. Lin Ling stared at Ding Xiao Yan coldly. Now she can be said to have torn her face directly and stopped pretending. You, how could you do this to me? We had such a good relationship before. Ding Xiao Yan covered her face, blood kept flowing from her fingers. The pain in the face is obviously more than the pain in the heart. Good relationship. You are a big star, everyone is watching. What about me? A little assistant who can only hide behind the camera. I work so hard, what's not as good as you? Lin Ling was a little hysterical, but she didn't dare to speak too loudly, for fear that Brother Hua would hear it. Because you are ugly. Tang Tang came over and said. She noticed this when Lin Ling was digging out something, but unfortunately it was too far away to stop her in time. You two cousins. My status in the camp is very high. When you come in, I will let you know what the Shura field is. Lin Ling said fiercely. I'm not interested in your garbage camp. However, you hurt my uncle's staff, it's not over. Tang Tang walked in front of Lin Ling with a stern face. You, what do you want? Lin Ling was frightened by Tang Tang's momentum. Although the other party was just a little girl, Lin Ling felt a great fear. Don't you like to shave your face, and I happen to like it too. Tang Tang picked up an empty can on the ground and tore it in half. Lin Ling, who looked at the sharp iron, was frightened. Don't mess around. Brother Hua kills that kid, he'll be here soon. I am Brother Hua's favorite woman. Lin Ling is not only scaring Tang Tang, but also encouraging herself. At this time, Wu Dehua, who was walking towards Wang Ran not far away, stopped. When Wang Ran slapped, Wu Dehua's head flew out. Lin Ling instantly froze in place. The fifth level awakener, the boss of the camp, Hua, died with a slap. This is impossible. Soon, Lin Ling was pulled back to reality by the pain. Tang Tang pulled a big hole in Lin Ling's face with half a tin can. What? My face. My pale face. Lin Ling screamed and took a few steps back. The pain on her face made her dare not touch her face at all. Don't worry, it's not over yet. Tang Tang came to Lin Ling instantly, pinched her neck, and continued to draw more than a dozen cuts on her face. The flesh on Lin Ling's face turned up like a squirrel mandarin fish, and bones were visible in some places. The severe pain made Lin Ling tremble all over, and she couldn't help but vomit. Sister Xiao Yan, are you satisfied with this treatment? Tang Tang asked back. This. Ding Xiao Yan's face was also bleeding. The burning pain told her how terrifying this assistant Ling, who used to be like a family member, had become in the face of reality. Her most proud and beautiful face was actually cut open by her. This cannot be easily forgiven. Ding Xiao Yan gathered up her courage and walked in front of Lin Ling. Lin Ling was so frightened that she wet her crotch. Are the sins of their own going to be repaid so soon? Ding Xiao Yan took a deep breath, raised her foot, kicked Lin Ling, and let out a long breath. That's it? Tang Tang was stunned aside. She thought Ding Xiao Yan would beat this fat woman to death. It seems that this little star is still too kind. If Tang Tang's face was scratched, how could she stab each other alive? Tang Tang, hurry up. Wang Ran shouted not far away. Brother Hua over there has been killed in seconds, and Wang Ran is obviously a little bored. Tang Tang looked at Lin Ling, who was paralyzed on the ground. Since Ding Xiao Yan did not kill, she was too lazy to take people's lives. However, the anger still needs to help out. Tang Tang lifted his leg and stepped on Lin Ling's knee twice. Crack. With two crisp sounds, Lin Ling's kneecap was directly crushed. The intense pain made Lin Ling incontinent again. Let's go, let uncle help you look at the wound. Tang Tang took Ding Xiao Yan and left Lin Ling without looking back. In the extended Lincoln, Wang Ran drank coke calmly. When Ding Xiao Yan came in, Wang Ran was stunned. Injured. Looking at the long wound on Ding Xiao Yan's face, Wang Ran couldn't help feeling a little distressed. This is his important employee. Her face is hurt, but it will affect her image in the minds of fans. Uncle, hurry up and treat it. Sister Xiao Yan is crying. Tang Tang saw through Wang Ran's thoughts at a glance. Uncle old capitalist. Cure, my face can be cured. Ding Xiao Yan's eyes suddenly lit up. As a girl who has always been beautiful until now, she is naturally very concerned about her image. She knows that some powerful awakeners have a strong ability to heal wounds, but she is just an ordinary person. Can this be cured? This man named Wang Ran looks very powerful, maybe there is a way. Ding Xiao Yan began to have a little hope in her heart. Of course it can be cured, you just have to do this. Tang Tang whispered a few words in Ding Xiao Yan's ear. Ding Xiao Yan's eyes instantly became shy. This. Although I'm young, I'm not stupid either. It's not scientific at all. Ding Xiao Yan's eyes wandered and her heart beat faster. You don't believe it, do you? I'll prove it to you. Tang Tang smiled badly, first made a wound on his arm, and then tore off Wang Ran's pants. After a while, the wound on Tang Tang's hand healed at a speed visible to the naked eye. Tang Tang raised his head with a smirk. She didn't eat anything, the wound healed because she was already a level 7 awakener. To fool Ding Xiaoyan like this, she just wanted to watch the fun. Ah, this. Ding Xiaoyan was shocked. The wound on Tang Tang's hand actually healed. Is it so amazing? That's right, things as unscientific as zombies have appeared, and things like fast healing are not outrageous. But, this has to be eaten. Ding Xiaoyan's heart began to tangle. Since her debut as a 5-year-old child star, she has always been a little fairy in the eyes of fans. Even acting, he will not take on some roles that affect his pure image. Want her now? It's so hard. But if she doesn't eat it, she'll leave a scary scar on her face. She doesn't want scars. Ding Xiaoyan looked at Tang Tang with a look of help. It's okay, it's not for you to dedicate yourself. That's how many of our injuries are treated. Tang Tang comforted and secretly took out his mobile phone. Continue to add more. I saw the doctor last week. I have severe sleep breathing syndrome. The normal index AHI is less than 5, I am 40, the time of stopping breathing at night is more than 20%, and the heart is also check out some small problems, what is hardening, what is the bridge, etc. Then I spent 5 figures to buy a ventilator, and I feel distressed. I hope readers will subscribe a lot, and I will gradually resume and add more rhythm, grateful. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 299. Yes, it's just therapy, not devotion. It's like a doctor operating on a patient, without evil thoughts. Ding Xiaoyan kept persuading herself in her heart. She really didn't want to have such a scar on her face. Don't worry, this extended model, the driver can't see the rear compartment. The curtains are also drawn, and no one can see. Tang Tang continued to instigate. Wang Ran rolled his eyes. Tang Tang is also really, so fooling little girls. However, after all this, Wang Ran also wanted to experience what it's like to experience a big star. After all, saving lives matters. Do my best. Ding Xiaoyan finally gathered up the courage and lowered her head after a lot of mental construction, LF. Although it was extremely jerky, Ding Xiaoyan still managed to eat the potion, and even some potions accidentally got on the wound. At the wound on Ding Xiaoyan's face, the originally hot wound instantly became warm. A stream of heat circulated continuously over the wound. At the same time, a burst of energy began to expand within her body. So comfortable. Ding Xiaoyan closed her eyes and was drowsy by the comfortable feeling in her body. Soon, she opened her eyes. My face doesn't seem to hurt anymore. She reached out and touched it cautiously. The wound is gone. Is it really so amazing? The little sister named Tang Tang is really not deceiving. Ding Xiaoyan hurriedly stuck out her tongue and ate the little potion at the corner of her mouth. Can't be wasted. At the same time, Ding Xiaoyan hurriedly filled her body with strength, as if she had broken through some restriction. Is this, the awakened? Have you become an awakened? What a surprise! While Ding Xiaoyan was overjoyed, she felt shy again. She remembered what she had just done. What a shame. I am such a popular little flower at the national level, and I have never even talked about love, and I am here. Tang Tang, sister, no one will know about this, right? Ding Xiaoyan asked with a blushing face. Don't worry, I'm very strict. Tang Tang stuffed the phone back into his pocket. By the way, your wound is quite deep, and you need to consolidate it more. It's 3 times a day, and it's enough to eat for 2 days. Tang Tang continued to flicker. Well, I see. Wang Ran, brother, thank you for healing my face. Ding Xiaoyan nodded and looked at Wang Ran with gratitude. Wang Ran glanced at Tang Tang. This guy is really good at fooling people. It seems that she will have to take her with her for any major event in the future, and maybe she can fool the enemy and lame just by flicking. Soon, the car returned to the Four Seasons Hotel. Jin Tong, who was driving, came down respectfully and opened the door. Ding Xiaoyan followed Wang Ran out of the car with a radiant face. When the three returned to the corridor of the room, the sound of Sister Hua's room still did not stop. It seems that both of them are fighting well. Entering the room, Ding Xiaoyan began to feel cramped. She began to worry about whether she would be caught by Wang Ran tonight. Although in the car before, but that's therapy, right? Everyone has a pure purpose. Back in the room it was different. It is easy to breed ambiguous atmosphere. Although Ding Xiaoyan now has a lot of good feelings for Wang Ran, it is still difficult for her to accept what happened to her and Wang Ran. Sister Xiaoyan, remember, 3 times a day. Tang Tang hummed a little song and passed in front of Ding Xiaoyan. Ah, yes, take your medicine on time. Ding Xiaoyan blushed and squeezed her fist. Wang Ran was taking a shower in the bathroom at this time. Ding Xiaoyan stomped her feet, plucked up her courage and walked in. Tang Tang took out his mobile phone again and sneaked into the crack of the door. Half an hour later, Ding Xiaoyan came out wet all over. Gollum. Looks like she got it. Tang Tang is also very satisfied. There is one more small movie in the mobile phone. You know, Wu Jiaxin and other girls in flight attendant classes are all fans of Ding Xiaoyan. If these little movies are taken back and shared with them, Tang Tang's status on the island will definitely be higher. Not long after, Wang Ran came out wearing a bathrobe. Wipe, don't catch a cold. Wang Ran put a bath towel on Ding Xiaoyan's head. Thanks. Ding Xiaoyan felt warm in her heart. Wang Ran is such a gentleman. The treatment process has also been very gentle, and did not come to take advantage of myself. It's not impossible for such a person to really communicate with each other. Ah! What am I thinking? Ding Xiaoyan blushed again. Fortunately, this time she covered her head with a bath towel, so she didn't expose her embarrassment in front of Wang Ran and Tang Tang. It was late at night, and Wang Ran and Tang Tang slept in the master bedroom. Ding Xiaoyan was placed in the second bedroom. The sound from the master bedroom made her unable to fall asleep for a long time, tossing and turning. Ding Xiaoyan felt a little hot in her body. Maybe it's because of becoming an awakened. Ding Xiaoyan comforted herself. Ah! That's right. Sister Tang Tang said 3 times a day. I only ate it twice today. If you eat less, will the medicine have no effect and the wound will recur? Ding Xiaoyan began to tangle. On the one hand, she was really worried about her wounds. On the other hand, she seemed to like the feeling of the treatment a little bit. Especially the powerful energy from the potion into her stomach made her feel very comfortable. Hey, Sister Tang Tang said it 3 times a day, it must be 3 times right. Just take your medicine on time. Ding Xiaoyan quickly convinced herself. When the master bedroom was silent, Ding Xiaoyan crept out of the bed. She didn't dare to touch and take medicine while others were fighting. Have to wait until they are all asleep. Walking to the door of the master bedroom, Ding Xiaoyan breathed a sigh of relief when he heard Wang Ran and Tang Tang's even breathing. Finally got a chance. Ding Xiaoyan came to the end of the bed lightly, lifted the quilt and got in. The next morning, all 3 of them woke up refreshed. After some washing, the 3 left the room. In the corridor, I happened to meet Sister Hua and Tang Yan head on. Dad, morning. Why are you feeling a little down? Tang Tang stepped forward to say hello. I. Tang Yan didn't know how to explain it. I was almost drained by Sister Hua last night. It is said that 30 is like a wolf and 40 is like a tiger, which is true. And the other party is a red-eyed female zombie. Tang Yan really couldn't slow down in a few days. In the hotel lobby, Tang Yan's younger brothers were all red-faced. It seems that their experience is quite good. Boss, we will come to HK more in the future. Well, it feels great, I'm all in love with it here. Boss, why do you look so unmotivated? The boss must have not slept all night, haha. One-eyed waited for the younger brother to say that Tang Yan's face was getting worse and worse. Come often? Do you want your own kidneys? It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 300. The group came to the pier. The Missouri has been refueled, and the supplies have been piled up as much as possible. Little brother, come here often in the future. Old Tang you too. Sister Hua saw everyone off at the pier. HK also has several human camps. It's up to you, if you are obedient, keep it, and if you are disobedient, you will deal with it. Wang Ran reminded. You can rest assured, little brother. Now the entire HK zombies are under my control. If anyone here is disobedient, they will be killed directly. I will also be on the right track for logistics and warehousing as soon as possible. Next time you come, you can directly load the ship and take away the materials. Sister Hua said with a smile. Wang Ran nodded. This trip, not only saved Tang Tang's father, but also won the port city of HK by the way, and the harvest is not bad. After saying goodbye to each other, the Missouri set sail, heading towards Port N. On the road not far from N City, 4 Asians jumped out of a car. They took their casual clothes out of their backpacks and replaced the mercenary camouflage on them. There are still a few kilometers to N City, everyone must be vigilant. The leader of the team, Wu Liang, reminded him. Captain, can we get in smoothly? A player asked. Remember, from now on, don't call me captain. I'm Lao Wu, you are Xiao Zhou, Xiao Li, and Xiao Wang, do you understand? Wu Liang asked sharply. Clear. The 3 players responded in unison. This time, the company gave us the task of finding out the details of N City. If you can, take the head of the leader of N City. According to the information the company has, that guy's strength may exceed level 6, so there is no chance for us to fight head-on. We need to be lurking deeply, and slowly looking for opportunities. Wu Liang ordered. They have all seen the videos of Wang Ran's raids on Labs 1 and 3 before. Although the video was from 20 days ago, at that time Wang Ran already had at least level 6 strength. Wu Liang deduced that the current Wang Ran might have a 7th level strength. Otherwise, he would not have been able to directly take over the entire Hawaiian base. I heard that N City is like an iron bucket, can we get in? The king asked. I've inquired about it. They've been building a lot recently and are in urgent need of manpower. Awakened people like us go, they will definitely be reused, and maybe they can become a small leader. By the way, we have to keep a low profile as much as possible, otherwise it's easy to show off. We are all 4th level awakeners, so let's just downgrade them by 2 levels. If we talk about it lower, it won't attract attention, and we can also mix up the power of awakeners. Wu Liang ordered. 2-level awakeners, can they mix into the power core? Xiao Wan questioned. You think it's our company? This is just an ordinary city, where can there be such a high proportion of awakened people as our company? I understand that in general camps, there are more than a dozen awakened people, which is pretty good. We 4 2nd-level awakeners, they can't ignore it. Wu Liang said confidently. The group changed their clothes, left the car and equipment, and walked towards N City. They are professional agents with great attention to detail. They haven't eaten or drank water since yesterday, so now they all look chapped and yellow. After changing into worn-out clothes, the four of them were like refugees on their way. After more than an hour, they finally saw the city wall of N City. Team, Old Wu, this wall is even more spectacular than the Great Wall. If you don't have any modern weapons, you can't go in. Xiao Wang sighed. Really? This defense level is similar to that of the company headquarters. But the walls of the company headquarters are not that long. Wu Liang couldn't help but sigh. Old Wu, they seem to be under construction. Why don't you contact the company and call them directly before they're finished? When they are all built, there will be no such opportunity. Xiao Li suggested. Do not impulse. Our task is to lurk, the rest is out of our control. Come on, say hi to them. Wu Liang took the lead and walked towards the city wall under construction. Stop, who are you? During this section, Zhu Ming, who was supervising the work, stopped Wu Liang and the others. Wu Liang adjusted his state and stepped forward. Big brother. We are refugees from the west. The cities along the way have been swept away, and we really have nowhere to go. Do you take in survivors here? The four of us brothers are all awakeners. Wu Liang's performance is very sincere, which is very convincing when paired with his weathered face. Awakened? What level? Zhu Ming asked lightly. During this time, mutant vegetables and fruits have been harvested on a large scale, and 80% of the residents of N City have become awakened. Although most of them are first-level awakeners, this huge base has increased the strength of N City by a large margin, and even the speed of construction has accelerated a lot. In the current N City, the most important thing is the awakened. The four of us are all second-level awakeners. You can let us do anything, as long as you are willing to take us in and give us food. Wu Liang pretended to be pleading. Secondary? Okay. I'm just short of a few more powerful bricklayers here. Just stay here to move bricks, eat and live, and work 12 hours a day. Zhu Ming thought about it for a while. Moving bricks. Wu Liang and the three younger brothers behind him were stunned. They are dignified fourth-level awakeners. Although I deliberately kept a low profile in order to hide my identity, it is not going to move bricks. Where can the awakened do the rough work of moving bricks? This guy is playing tricks. Moving bricks is the most basic job. If you can drive an excavator, you can do it. There are technical jobs for you to do. How do you do it? Don't dare to leave. Zhu Ming said lightly. Recently, people from the surrounding area have come to N City from time to time. If they are willing to work, of course Zhu Ming is happy to take them in. If you don't want to, Wang Ran said, N City doesn't support idlers, so go back to where you can go. Dry. Let's do it. Wu Liang endured his anger and said. Their purpose is to infiltrate N City, and it is impossible to retreat when they encounter a little difficulty. Isn't it just moving bricks? It's not that difficult. Okay, from the looks of you, you should be thirsty and hungry. Go over there to get a piece of food, and work immediately after eating. After Zhu Ming finished speaking, he continued to go back to supervise the work, and he didn't take these people to heart at all.